Hello to all the fish keepers and fish lovers. This is the second video and a quick update on my 265 gallon fish tank. As you can see, I still have it on cylinder bricks. Still have the two canister tanks that I had been using previously on this tank, and I'll probably just remain using them. They seem to be working very well. Maintenance on them is really easy and it's good. It works and I don't have any issues with them. So pretty much the update is all the fish that you see in the tank right now are not the same fish that were in the first video I made. These are cichlids just like the ones that I had on the other videos, but all the cichlids that I had in the other tank, in the other video, I had to take them back to the fish shop where I purchased them, which it's very common for that shop. They have a lot of customers they've known for years, and they accept the fish back and they do their thing. They take care of them, and obviously they probably resell them and whatnot. I've done that before with Oscars. They get too big, and Pacus, and they're more than happy to take them back and find a new home for them. And this is a fish shop called Tiki's in Bellflower, California. So my cichlids that I had in this tank before in the first video didn't get too big for the tank. I had about the same amount. I think there's about 28 to 30 cichlids here. On the other one had about 40 or 41. I think the biggest cichlid in that tank got up to like 4 inches, 4.5 inches, maybe more. I had a green terror in there that hit about 5 inches, and they were, pretty decent size. They were a little bit bigger than that guy. And he's about, I don't know, it probably looks different on video, but he's about 3.5 inches, almost 4, but definitely bigger than him. And I was moving and moved, so the transition wasn't going to be that easy or that fast, so I had to take them back, and I knew I'd have to start all over. And yes, that guy that came out right there, that's a red devil. Don't know if it's male or female, but he's been really good so far. Some more info about this tank is that every single one of these fishes that you see here started off about the size of that little guy right there. He's only about 1.25 inches or so, and they were all that size. And I've had them for several months, and they grow pretty big. Probably almost a year, and some of them grow faster than others. This guy was 2 inches when I got him, and he surpassed everyone else already. He's about a good almost 5 inches, and I don't know if it's male or female, but the behavior of this fish has been pretty good so far. Actually really good so far. As you can see, he doesn't even bother those tiny little fish. And they get close to where he likes to hang out, and he just kind of chases them out shortly. He doesn't go all over the tank chasing them, but he leaves them alone. As a matter of fact, he doesn't even like to, I don't think he eats anything that's not pebbles. He's been used to just eating pebble foods and stuff. He doesn't like any kind of feeder fish or nothing like that. He doesn't like eating raw shrimp or any of the stuff that some people like giving them. So he's pretty peaceful right now, and I do know that as they get older, they can be aggressive, and the next thing you know, you wake up and half of all your fishes are dead because this guy snapped or whatever the case, or he's like a switch or whatever. But so far, so good. If I see any signs of him being really aggressive, I can always buy a divider to divide this tank and give him a decent portion, and give the bigger portion to all the cichlids, the other cichlids, and let them live, peacefully together within the same tank, but divided. So they're doing good. These guys are doing pretty good, This tank's in my garage just like the last garage I had, because it doesn't have the top canopy or the bottom part. You know, it doesn't look as nice, but it is a nice tank, and I didn't want to put it indoors, so I'd keep it out here. I plan on having another one that's going to be a whole lot nicer inside the house. But that's it. I mean, it's still going, different cichlids, but I'll start all over. It's fine. That move was expected, but I just didn't think it would come that fast, but it did. Too bad I had to send those other ones back, or else it would have probably been a whole lot bigger. But the moving transition wasn't that fast, and I didn't want to have them all crowded up in some kind of small tank for a couple of months. So as you can see, the cichlids are mostly African cichlids, but it's assorted. You can see I have some more green terrors right there. They're still young. They get along fine. And the ones that I had before were a lot bigger, a lot more colorful, and they still got along fine with everyone else. I didn't have any really issues. You know, I had issues to the point to where maybe one got sick or didn't want to eat, or the least dominant one in the tank was like up in the corner and he just wasn't too happy or something. But as for them trying to kill each other or something like that, I didn't have anything like that. Speaking about sick, I also had a fire mouth in here that was about the same size as all these, and he got that disease called mouth rot or cotton mouth or whatever. And I had him, as soon as I seen it, I put him in this right here, and then kept that suction cup to the glass on the inside, and he was separated, and I was medicating him and everything, and he got to live an extra 4 days, but I didn't make it. I guess you gotta catch something like that sooner. But as you can see, I only got light only on half of the tank, because I like to keep my fish lit only on one side and give them a dark side so that they can get, if they don't want to be in the light, if they want to be, whatever you want to call it, in the more dimmer area like this guy likes to do, or these two, they like to hang out right there. He's like, oh no, the boss is coming through. The boss passed by. I don't even know why he swims away like that. The other guy passes by him, but practically ignores him, doesn't really care. And this is what I feed them. I feed them some other stuff too, but it's kind of like my favorite for now. Favorite for them. Look at that. They're all, what are you picking that up for? Is it feeding time? If you're a fish keeper, you know that fish do that all the time. You can feed them 2-3 times, and they'll still come up to the glass pretending they didn't eat. Acting like they didn't eat. Oh, fishies. Let's see. I'll try to give them a little bit. They sometimes start kicking that water. Where's that? Oh, there he is. I was about to say, where's that red devil? He ain't gonna eat anything. I'll probably give him a little bit more. That's it. Don't like to overfeed the fish. You can develop some problems with that too, besides your tank getting really dirty if you overfeed the fish. So I'll I'll make another video later on, keep an update, I guess, see what happens with this guy and his companions in here. Living that live, buddy. Just chill out. Doing really good. Check out that little guy. Trying to get all the little bits. Yeah, too bad my fire mouse died and got sick. He was pretty cool. He was one of my favorites. He was still kind of small, but had already developed some nice color to him and stuff. I was pretty surprised he had color at a young state. There goes that little convict. It's funny how these fish can be so small, but because of their aggressiveness, they can hold their own against other fish. I know some can't sometimes, you know, they just get bullied, but the majority of them can. This guy right here, Princess something or whatever the heck, he's not that aggressive at all, he or she, whatever. But they kind of just ignore that fish. That fish is like a ghost in the tank. They don't chase that fish, they don't bother that fish, they don't poke at that fish, they don't do anything, and that fish does not do anything in return either. I mean, it literally is like a ghost to them. Doesn't really, you pay no attention to that fish. It's strange, but only they know why they do it. This guy right here with the blue and orange, he used to be all gray. I thought he was a female. He used to be all gray, kind of like, that guy has a little bit of yellow, but used to be nothing but silver, and then all of a sudden just boom, color started coming out. Here's one of those electric blues. He's about 3 inches. Might look a little bit bigger or something, but he's about 3 inches. That guy's about 4, about 3. It just depends how far, how close they are to the camera. Here's the algae eaters. And yeah, he doesn't mess with them either. The only time this guy, that red devil, seems to really kind of mess with them is when they come close to his little house here that he has. If there's a fish in there and he comes back, he just kind of kicks them out really fast. And if he's in there hanging out and they get close and they swim around it, he doesn't bother them, but the moment they try to go in there, he kicks them out again. I've seen these little guys, these little tiny guys that look like they could just fit in his mouth. Like he could just swallow them whole and complete, but he pays no attention to them. And when I first put them in there, I thought something like that was going to happen, but nope. He just swam up to them, he observed them, he looked at them, and then he swam back and left them alone. What's up? Yeah, there's 3 of these little guys in there. They're only about 1 inch something. about an inch or so. That convict back there is that guy, little guy right there, the stripes. That yellow one, and where's the other one? Over here. Oh, there it is. And that guy right there is not that big either, but he's about an inch and a half. He's not aggressive. He can be aggressive. He doesn't let anybody bully him. I know that much. But he's not aggressive just to be so. This guy over here, I don't know what his, I don't think it's not an issue, but he likes to have this whole side to himself. And when this guy comes around, he obviously, this dude doesn't do anything, he just kind of swims away. But he likes to stay over there and just chill. And when these guys come over here, which they do, they'll fill this side or whatever, but he slowly tries to like kick one by one back out to this side for whatever reason. And he comes over here on this side too, and with no issues, no problems. This guy over here, he looks like a female, but he seems to be developing some colors. And 2 days ago I seen him or her, I don't know, but he was giving this guy some competition. Didn't seem too happy with him for whatever reason. They were circling each other and poking at each other for about an hour, and then they just gave up and stopped and went back to their normal routine. So I don't know if he was trying to challenge him. I don't know if he was trying to mate with him. I don't think that was mating at all. I have no idea. The way that they bug each other sometimes just kind of looks like it's, obviously part of their nature, and they just like to chase at each other. They've been doing that since they were that small. Except for that guy. They leave that dude alone. Dude or chick. Yeah, they just leave that fish alone. Texas. So there you have it. I always say short video, but ends up being about 15 minutes long.